Hey, this is Peter from ShadowTrader.net and Weekly Options Advisory, and I wanted to talk about bonds and interest rates and utilities in this video. These are some of the most boring sectors, and I purposely chose this to discuss because I think everybody is focused on technology right now, as they should be. It's really strong. Obviously, all the tech stuff is really going hard. But there is a trade here that I've been talking about for a while that I think is going to continue to pan out. It's kind of been a tough one to hold on to a little bit because there's been a lot of back and forth here. But for the most part, you can see that it's really starting to firm up here. And we're definitely putting in some higher lows in the long bond here. This TLT is obviously the 20-year plus treasury. You can see we're putting in these higher lows. And I've drawn all these trend lines in, which you can see clearer on the weekly. Like obviously, when I switch it to the weekly, now you can see why these trend lines are drawn the way they are. Like this one connects here, goes all the way down here. I think we could safely say that this one is broken. Then I've got a shorter term one here that broke and then lost it, but caught support and is now back above it. And then we've got this one here. So for all manner of trend, kind of short and medium at least, and long, I guess a little bit, it is definitely starting to break. And I think we're going to see bond prices higher. And this is all being driven by rates, which seem to be coming lower. Notice that in the last week, you had this move in rates that was pretty interesting, where you had this kind of slightly higher low and they ratcheted up, and then they ratcheted up again at the beginning of this week. But look what happened after that. They just fell hard. So obviously bonds were being bought here as bond prices rose and interest rates fell. And you can see that like whatever traction the rates are trying to get, it's just not happening. And I think we're going to see more of a kind of a lower four handle on the 10-year yield over time. And that's going to obviously put a floor under bond prices, since they'll move inverse with the rates. And another thing to consider is also how utilities are acting here. This was a good trade for me earlier in the year, and I made most of this move here, all the way up here, very close to the top, and I sold out here, and then I started getting back in, and I've started building the position again, and I'd like to keep adding to it as they keep acting kind of the way they're acting. This is basically the most bondish sector, so to speak, right? Utilities basically act similar to bonds, so they should continue to go. But it really looks good to me, not only on the weekly, but even on this daily, as you can see how it's just kind of a slow grind lower. The trend line is here, and it looks like it's about to break to the upside as well, as far as that's concerned. So if you're not into the ETF and you want some individual stocks in that space, you can look at NEE, similar pattern. SO, which is Southern, looks really good. Duke, same thing, looks really good. Constellation, again, same thing, or SRE, Sempra, right? All of them just look great. So there's opportunity there, I think, in the utilities sector as well, which should move similarly to the bond sector. Hey, this is Peter from ShadowTrader.net, and I just wanted to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you'd like to trade live with me every day in my weekly options advisory, then check out the link in the description below. I wish you good trading, and I'll see you in the room.